What is up, guys? So today I have for the Z Flip 6 and the iPhone 16 regular, and today I'm going to be comparing these two devices to each other to see which one is better. So let's get started. I'm just going to start off the video with saying that if there's a specific part of like these two phones that you want to see compared, there will be timestamps down in the description, and they should just be kind of floating around on screen somewhere. So definitely feel free to jump around to different parts of the video. At the end of the video, if you do enjoy it, it would mean a lot to me if you would consider subscribing. So yeah, let's get into the video. First, let's compare the design of these two phones, which is probably obviously one of the biggest things to compare. Obviously, the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is a foldable phone, so it's obviously going to fold. And the iPhone 16 does not fold, which is, I don't know, kind of sad. I wish Apple had a folding iPhone. But yeah, that's literally the biggest thing about these two phones that kind of set them apart. When it comes to like the actual design of the phones, like unfolded and just normal shape, I guess, both have rather thick bezels. I mean, the Galaxy Z Flip 6 does actually have a reason to justify the thicker bezels because this is a folding phone, so the bezels can't be thin because it needs that plastic border. So the Flip 6 definitely has really thin bezels, but on the iPhone 16, that's just the bezel size. These display panels are something that's really big too. So the iPhone 16 has a 60 Hz display, and the Galaxy Z Flip 6 has a 120 Hz display. So definitely a lot better on the Galaxy Flip 6. It just feels a lot smoother on the Galaxy than it does on the iPhone. So let's go ahead and open an app. As you can see, it's just, the screen just really like responds a lot like smoother on the Z Flip than it does. It's just like a lot more responsive in general. So yeah, when it comes to just overall like the display, the design, I'll probably pick the Galaxy over the iPhone just because it does obviously fold, and it's still like a sleek design, even like when you like don't include the foldiness. Like it just feels like really good, and the bezels are slightly thinner than on the iPhone. So yeah, I'm gonna give this point to Samsung just because it folds and is slightly better than designed than the iPhone. Let's talk about the cameras, and this is where stuff starts kind of getting interesting. These phones actually have identical camera systems. So the Galaxy Z Flip 6 features a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and the iPhone 16 also has a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and the Galaxy Flip 6 has a 58 megapixel primary lens, while the iPhone 16 has a 48 megapixel primary lens. So pretty much the exact same camera setup. So pictures taken on the Galaxy Z Flip 6 in the 50 megapixel mode definitely has a lot more detail than it does on the iPhone 16 in the normal like 28 megapixel resolution. So let's take a look at that. Let's let it focus on these phones. Okay, so as you can see, I think the Galaxy just looks a little bit better. Let's zoom in. You can see more detail. I don't know why my phone's kind of going weird. The camera, it's like right about there on both of these. So as you can see, the Galaxy definitely has more detail than the iPhone, and it's just the default mode. So yeah, I'm gonna give the point to the Galaxy, especially since the fact that this phone can take pictures with the cover screen, which I think is a really fun feature. So yeah, the point definitely goes to the Galaxy Flip 6 when it comes to cameras. Now for like performance, processor, and battery life. So for battery life, they both have pretty much the same battery life, so you can expect 2 days of light usage with these phones and 1 day of heavy usage. So yeah, they're both pretty much the same. The Galaxy Z Flip 6 does have a bigger battery, coming in at 4,000 milliamp hours, and the iPhone 16 has a 3,551 milliamp hour battery. I think that might be wrong, but I'll put it on screen. But I know for sure the Flip 6 has a 400 milliamp hour battery. So yeah, when it comes to battery life, they're pretty much the same. And then for performance, I think they're pretty much like the same in like day-to-day usage. Now, I will say one thing that a lot of people say, like, oh, Android's so weak, or more specifically Samsung is so like not powerful because it can't do this. Even the iPhone 16 can't really do it that well. It can't like open and close like apps really fast, and I don't have slow fingers. I'm actually trying this hard. There we go. So yeah, it can't like open and close apps as fast and stuff. So that is true. The Galaxy Flip 6 technically can't open and close apps that fast just because it's not designed for it. So as you can see, I'm going slower, but that's just because that's the rate that the phone can handle. But the only reason for that is because of the One UI it's running. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. So these phones are both at the same level of power. If not, the Galaxy being a little bit more because it has a like top line Android chip opposed to the iPhone 16 having like a mid-ranged A series chip. So yeah, I will show a quick video on screen of One UI 7 so that you can see that the One UI 7 will improve the animations so the Samsung phone can like, take like the same, I guess, tasks that the iPhone can. So yeah, when it comes to battery life and performance and just overall the chipset, so I'm going to give this a tie. So yeah, let me know which one you think would be better, but I'm going to call this a tie because they both perform pretty much the same. Now, also is the durability of these phones. So I think that's pretty important. So the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is utilizing Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for the back, so for like the back glass and the cover display glass. And on the iPhone 16, we have a ceramic shield on the back and for the front glass, so definitely stronger than the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, but hopefully Samsung uses the Gorilla Glass armor for these Flip 7s. When it comes to the glass, iPhone's definitely stronger. They are both utilizing like a aluminum alloy side, so we have the armor aluminum on the Galaxy, and it's just, I don't know, aluminum. On the iPhone, I don't know if they have a specific name for it. So pretty similar when it comes to durability, but on the screen on the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is the biggest thing. So you do have a ultra thin glass screen on the Galaxy, but it's going to be covered up most of the time, so that's not really anything to worry about. Just be careful you don't like gouge your fingernail in it or also leave like a small scratch. But other than that, it's pretty similar to durability, so I'm going to call this a tie. Now, let's talk about AI. So, this is probably one of the biggest years. 2024 has been a big year for AI on smartphones, and both of these have joined the game. So, first off, I'm just going to give the point to Apple because they have the new Siri, but for just, I guess, a sake of comparison, so we have just to compare like similar things. So, we have so go to search on Galaxy phones, which you can search anything that's on your screen, including, like, I don't know, let's say this plant. This came out first before the visual intelligence on the iPhone, which is you can only search what's in front of you and not whatever's on your screen. And they both ironically use Google, which is I think is interesting. So pretty much the exact same thing on the Galaxy and the Samsung, but I would give the point for that to Samsung just because like you can search whatever's on your screen and not just what's in the world around you. Then iPhone has the new Siri, so hey Siri, how are you doing?
Not too shabby. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. Have a great day. Thank you.
No problem.
So it's definitely better than Galaxy's Bixby. So hi Bixby. Hi Bixby. How are you?
I'm swell. After all, I'm hanging out with you.
So it's just like a little bit slower and the voice isn't as good, but with One UI 7, there will be upgraded Bixby with Galaxy AI, kind of similar to Siri, so we're going to have to see how that kind of pans out with the beta, hopefully going to be within the first week of December. So yeah, definitely stick around if you want to see coverage on One UI 7. So yeah, and we have like cleanup feature, which we've had forever on Samsung. We have like rewrite like text and stuff, which again, we've had forever on Samsung. And just a few other things. Samsung does have more features, like the ability to draw an image and just like do like searches with like AI for like screenshots. And I think this is the coolest feature. So you can draw, I don't know what that's going to turn out to be. I was trying to do a heart, but then I messed it up on the last part. So let's see if this is going to be a heart or what's it going to be. Any day now. Again, this is running off of the hotspot from my phone. So, okay, yeah, it's really cool what AI can do. I don't know. I like the AI on the Galaxy devices. So I'm going to call this a tie when it comes to AI, just because they pretty much have similar features, except for Apple does have the upper hand because of the fact that it has the new Apple Intelligence Siri stuff. So yeah, let's move on. Now, let's talk about some features that are unique to these phones. So for the iPhone 16, we obviously have the new camera control button and the action button, which the Galaxy Z Flip 6 does not have. It just has the power and the volume buttons. So the action button is, I'm sure as you know by now, is just the thing ring and silent. You can customize it within settings just to do whatever you want. So you can choose different actions like, you know, focus, open the camera, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's pretty nice to have on the base 16. And for the camera control button, it's used for the image search thing, the visual intelligence, and also just to launch the camera and be used as like kind of like a physical button, I guess, for the camera. You cannot change it like the action button. It's just stuck to doing the camera stuff. So that's kind of annoying. So that's really the only special feature that the iPhone has that sets it apart from the Flip. And as for the Z Flip 6, biggest thing that we have is the cover screen. So the cover screen, like I kind of mentioned earlier, is like you can use it to like view photos and stuff like when you're taking pictures, which is really nice and fun. You can also use it to, I don't know why my camera isn't focusing at all. You can also use it to just kind of do different tasks on your phone, just like photos, weather, different widgets, and check notifications and do quick settings. So that's pretty nice. And you all can also prop it up, kind of using the flex mode concept. Let's kind of refocus this. So because it's a foldable phone, it's just going to stay there wherever you put it. You can launch the camera and take pictures, stuff like that, which is really nice. So yeah, it's fun because you can fold it up even when you're just using the phone, and you can use it as a tripod, like I just said, and you can like watch videos and have it half folded, propped up in landscape. There's just so many things you can do with the folded versatility. So I'm going to give the special feature point to the Galaxy phone just because there's so many more useful things you can do with the special features than just controlling, the camera with just a button. So I'm going to pick the Galaxy Z Flip for this category. So overall, which phone is better and just which one would I prefer? So I'm going to say the Galaxy Z Flip 6 just because it's such a nice phone. You have a 120 hertz display, a folding form factor, a really great design that just is super cool and kind of futuristic, and just it's always fun. And the iPhone just has a plain design, has 60 hertz display, good processor, everything's good, but it's just the same on the Flip. Now, the Flip is slightly more expensive, but you do get that foldable aspect. So yeah, overall, these are both really great phones. I love both of these, but I'm definitely going to choose my Z Flip 6 over the iPhone 16 any day. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like I said, both of these are great phones. I'm just going to pick the Z Flip 6. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, it would mean a lot to me if you would consider subscribing and checking out some of my other videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.